Hi everyone and welcome. Welcome to Stamp with Angela. I'm Angela Palmer and I'm excited to be here with you today and showing you the Round We Go bundle, stamps and dies, and giving you some tips and ideas and inspiration to help you with your paper crafting. So I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator based on the North Shore in Auckland, New Zealand. And I enjoy doing these lives on Facebook and YouTube each Thursday at 1:30 p.m. New Zealand time. So thank you for joining me, whether you're joining me live or whether you're watching the recording later. I appreciate that. Feel free to comment and let me know where you're from. And feel free to comment or ask questions as we go through today's live as well. If you are watching this on YouTube, I would encourage you to subscribe to my channel and like the video as well, and you will be notified of any future videos and lives too. So thank you for being here. Today, as I mentioned, I am going to share with you the Round We Go bundle. So that is a stamp and die set that features in our annual catalogue. And last week I shared kind of part one where I did some stamping and I made a card using just the stamps from that. Today we are going to use the dies, and I'm going to give you some tips and things to help you get the best out of those dies. Now you may not have this set, but hopefully it'll still give you some ideas and inspiration to help you with your card making and paper crafting as well. So let's move to my craft table and we will get started. All right, here we go. So if you haven't seen it, this is the Round We Go stamp set. So it's a mixture of some different sentiments as well as some images to use. And we're not going to use too many stamps today, just this and the happiest birthday. We're going to mainly focus on the dies. So when you get the dies, they are taped, double-sided taped onto the piece of cardboard. But what I actually like to do is I photocopy it before I take any of them off. Then I know what should be there. And then I actually get a piece of magnetic and put that down and then put my photocopy on top. And that way when the dies aren't there, I know, what should be there. And then when I'm storing them, they will adhere to the page nicely and not get lost. Well, that's the theory. And then I just put them back in the sleeve. Some people like to keep them with the actual stamp set, so you could, whoops, sorry, shaking the table, you could keep them together if you wish, or you could still keep them in the sleeve. That's totally up to you. All right, so you may think, what in the world is this die here for? And that's what we use to make our pinwheel, and then there's other kind of embellishments and things that we can use. So let me show you what I'm going to make today, and then we'll give you some tips and things. So this is the card. So if you have a look closely, you'll kind of see that it's 3D with this pinwheel. And it's, yeah, like concertina effect, looks very cool. And we've got some other die cuts and things as well. So we're going to make this first, put it aside, let it dry, do the other parts for the card, and then put it all together. So if you're wondering what this was for, this is for this here. So you need to cut two of these. So it cuts the edge, and then these lines here are score lines. So you end up with two pieces like this. Now, a lot of the cards that I've made using the Round We Go bundle are the bright colours, and I have been using the in colours. So you may remember last week I made this card with Petunia Pop and Summer Splash. So I wanted to be a bit different and use some different colours this time. So I kind of based the card around the papers. So I don't know if you've seen the Full of Life papers. There are 6x6 bright colours, but what I used today wasn't quite so bright. So some very bright, colourful patterns like this. I felt this side didn't really work so well for the pinwheel, the way it kind of concertinaed and things. This would really look cool on some cards, but didn't quite work for the pinwheel. So I opted for the other side, and I like blues. So I chose one of the pages where it was just sort of a blue through to a green kind of look. and I cut those out. So when I first did it, I felt it looked a little bit plain. It's nice having a bit of interest to the pinwheel. So if you look at mine, you'll see there is kind of a pattern on it. So I've actually stamped it. So that's a tip. If you've got some pattern paper and it seems a little bit uninteresting, I guess you could say, then you can stamp it to, stamp a pattern on it as well to give a bit more interest. So I'm going to put a scrap piece of cardstock down, and I'm going to use Lost Lagoon. And there is a stamp on the set that has got this kind of star cluster. So that's what I'm going to do, is just randomly, you can stamp full strength or stamp off or whatever, just stamp it all over, maybe turn it a bit. And then it gives the paper a bit more interest and a bit more pattern, particularly when we make it that pinwheel. All right, so we'll do that one and this one. So find, a pattern that you like, that you could add to some Designer Series paper. Or you may have paper that is bright, colourful, and doesn't need any adding to. This is just an option because I felt the pattern was a little bit too plain. All right, let's put that aside and clean that block. Now, there's a couple of steps to the pinwheel. It's not too hard, I guess, but I've learned from experience, learned from mistakes, and learned a few things along the way. So I will give you my suggestions on how to do it best. So we used this set for our extravaganza project, and so I've used it a bit now. So you'll see on one side it is kind of a rounded edge, and one side is a pointy edge. So basically we're putting them together and keep the same edge on both. And basically what I find tape best on the tab, so you can see how it kind of narrows in a bit. You're going to put a bit of tape on both of them, but only take one off for now. Now the side that we want to display, which is this side, is the side that you want to put the tape on. And basically you're going to peel it off, and one narrow strip is going to go directly on top, so it becomes one long piece. Okay, so it's got to sit on top and keep going along. So we're going to do that. We're going to put that, so I'm actually going to crease it so I can see where the line is. Line it up so that pattern continues. If you kind of fold it in on itself like that, the pattern should line up. All right, now I know the color doesn't quite work like that, it changes, but that's okay. All right, so you can see the tab is underneath, so that will be hidden, so we don't mind that it looks different like that. So now with this first one, I've got my join here, and you can kind of see the join because it's on the mountain fold, which is like that. If I start by making where I joined it a valley fold, so going down, then that join will be even more hidden. So I learnt that. Oops, I pulled it off. There we go. It will be more hidden. Now I've actually ripped it, which was not good. I was trying to separate it, so I'm actually going to, oh dear, join it like that. I'm not going to pull that off because it's just going to hold it together. All right, so let's fold that. So we've got valley. It'll be hidden. We're not going to see the underside, so no problem. And then basically just alternate all your folds all the way to the end so you get that concertina look. It's already scored for you. Now, of course, you can get a strip of paper, score it yourself. You won't have the lovely edges on it. But make sure you're folding every single crease. This die makes it so much easier. So I'm folding every single one, back, forward, mountain, valley, all the way to the end. All right, can you see what I'm doing? Nearly there. All right. So it's like that, and then when you separate it, it's all nicely folded, and our join in the middle is on there on the inside, so it's less noticeable. Okay, so once we've done that, I'm just going to push it in again. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. I am going to join them to make a circle, so they're going to link around. So we're going to pull this layer off, but it's much easier to fold it before you link it. And that last tab is going to go on top, and then it hides any joins like so. And I'm just going to fold around it. So can you see how that is now like a loop? This reminds me of the muffin cupcake kind of cases. All right, now you can choose whether you want to have your rounded edge on the outside, which would be this, or whether you want the pointy edge on the outside. And basically what you're going to do is push it down, and there you go. Whoops. I'm knocking the camera, sorry. Here we go, pushing it down, and that's your pinwheel. But as you can see, it wants to spring up, so we have to hold it there. So what we're going to do is turn it to the back, the side we don't want to see, and we're going to glue a circle on top like so. And so this is the side we're not going to see. Now, tip here, I'm just going to put that there to hold it. With your glue, if your glue's not coming out, just feel around the tip if there's any dry things. Oh, this one is coming out. Maybe it was the other one. And if need be, put a paper clip into it to get out, get the glue started again. Okay, so lots of glue on there. And it's like a spring, it just jumps up. Hold, so this is the wrong side, that's not going to be displayed. Put that on top, put your block on top, put it aside, and let it dry, and we'll come back to that later. Okay, and then once it's dried, we'll turn it over and put this on the front. Now you'll see on my card I've got these as well. So in the dies we've got the pointy ones and the rounded ones, and I've cut some already, but I also wanted to give you some tips on how to get them out of the dies, because you don't want to break them. You want to be very careful with them. So if you turn it over, you'll see some holes, and these are there for the purpose of pushing out the die. So I'm going to do around the edges first, then I'm going to push the one in the middle to release it, and then you can carefully lift them out, or you might need to just use the thing to push it out. Okay, so use those little circles to help push it out. I did the outside and then the middle one last. Oh, it's not. I'm not on YouTube today. Oh, that's. I set it up to go on YouTube, but it's not showing on YouTube. I definitely set it up to go on YouTube, and I don't think I can add myself to YouTube now. That's really annoying. Sorry about that. I wonder why. That's. Oh, I didn't notice until now. Yeah, once I've started, I can't change it. I'm going to have to upload it later, but that's very frustrating. I don't know what to do. How many? Oh, there's 6 of you on live. I can't really start again, unfortunately, but I am not sure why this is not on YouTube today, because I definitely set it up to be on both. Very frustrating. Yes, someone else said that too. They can't find me on YouTube. Yeah, sorry, I don't know why. Okay, back to this one. So push it through like so around the edges, then release it in the middle and gently pull it, and if you need to, just scrape it with that. All right. So you'll notice this one is pointy and this one is rounded, which is the right way. So I'm going to put one with purple on the top, so it's that way, and then we'll do this one where the light blue is on the top. Now, I don't know if you can see that pointy one there. Somehow I must have missed it on the cardstock, so I'll just make sure that bit is hidden when I put it on the card so we don't see. All right, yes, sorry for those that were on YouTube. I don't know why it's not there today. That's very frustrating. Definitely set it up to go on both, but I go through a list of things to check as I go online, and I miss seeing if that was on, but basically 10 minutes before I can't change the settings. So, but I guess I could have started later and done both. So sorry it's not on YouTube today. Whoops, so we want it to be slightly off so it goes in the spaces. Technology is great when it works, isn't it? But then when it doesn't, it's frustrating. Okay, so I cut 2 of each and then layered them together. So you could do, oh, you know what I did? I've done different on this one. This one I've done the same, both circles and circles, but on this one, I did opposite. I did pointy with lines, and can you see the difference? So, but that's okay. We can vary it up. There's no right or wrong. You can just make it work how you like. So that one's rounded, that one's pointy, whereas this one I've combined the 2 together. All good. Now, this one here for my sentiments, what I have done is there are these bigger shapes for cutting out, and there's this one here, which doesn't cut, but it just puts a dotted line in it. So what you do is you put that on your cardstock. So this one will cut. This one you put like so nice and spaced, evenly spaced. Put some tape on, put it through, and it comes out like so. Okay. And then we can stamp it with our sentiment. So I've got the happiest birthday fits nicely. Let's see if I can get it to fit. Well, that looks good. So we've got all our elements. Now what I'm going to do is check this out. All right, see that's stuck now, which is good. So we're going to put a bit of glue on this one for the top, like so. And we will, oops, probably don't need to press it down as much because it's not trying to bounce up, but I'm sure it will help the glue if we do that. We'll put that aside. So we're nearly ready to put it together. So I just felt this white piece was a bit plain. You could emboss it, but I've stamped in the background, and then I've stamped on the inside as well. So my card base is balmy blue, so I have stamped that in balmy blue. So let's do that. We'll get our scrap piece. And yeah, sorry, I know a few of you have tried to go to YouTube, and I'm always on YouTube. So I don't know quite why it hasn't worked today. Apologies. I will have to check that out the next time. So I'm glad those of you that were usually on YouTube have found me here. All right, so we're going to randomly stamp our stars. As you can see, it's mainly top and bottom. But we'll just cover it all in case there's bits poking through. All right, so our stars are creating a bit of a background again. Maybe we should fill in here just in case. All right, and we will do top and bottom corners for our inside. What did I do on the card? Let's have a look. Yeah, just one little cluster. Sounds good. All right. And so there's our card base, balmy blue. I've got my Highland heather, so I'm going to put this like so. I might just stamp in that corner in case it's a little bit. Oops, where's this piece? Just in case so it's not too blank. All right. Putting it together time. So using my glue. Oh, thank you, Linda. I'm glad you like the colours. I was trying to do something different from Petunia Pop and Summer Splash. And I like my blues. And basically I just, thought what we'll go with. Found the blue paper first and then I based it around that and added the purple to it, Highland Heather as well. Right, I'm going to put that in the middle. So has anybody got the Round We Go set? Have you tried it, the dies and things? There we go. All right, since we're gluing, let's put this on the inside. Like, uh-oh, why is the size not right? Is my white piece a bit too big? Possibly. Okay, we'll come back to that. I might let that dry and recut it and fix it later. Okay, so I put that piece kind of in the middle. Now we want to make sure there's enough room for our greeting at the moment. Now there's a choice. We could do happiest birthday like that in the balmy blue, or I could do it in white, but then it's white against white. Any thoughts? And we need to poke that one out. There we go. I think I'll go with, no, it's still in there. Stuck on the other side. It keeps folding back in. Let's get rid of it. There we go. So let's put that on first, and then we will know that we have enough room for everything. So I'm just going to put a couple of dimensionals in the middle piece. Oh, might be a bit overboard, but we'll do 3. Okay, we'll put that down the bottom left. But this is quite cool having this die as well, the way it cuts the little dotted line around it. Then we'll put this here. Now these are different shapes. So this is quite busy. So I might put my bigger one up here. And where's that? Oh, that one that's missing. We're going to tuck you in. So we never know. And then we'll put this one down here. So you could, I'm going to do them all flat because this has already got quite a bit of dimension on it. And I think that's all good. So we'll add some glue to our little holder bit there. Our join is there. We'll put that down there a bit, I guess. We will have it overlapping slightly. And we will put these in. I am just sort of putting it in the center to hold it in place. And we're going to make sure that we hide that bit there. Might as well use all the bits we've die cut because otherwise it's a waste. There we go. Like so. All right. And then to finish it off, some bling is good. I quite like the iridescent faceted gems, I think they're called. They are these ones here. So I've gone with just a basic rhinestone. That's current, or you could go, I've got these as well, which have actually retired, but they're I might just use those since they will pick up some color and sparkle. And then put one in the center of each of these as well. Take your pick tool is really good for getting dies out of, off the cuts out of your dies, and also for embellishments and things as well. There we go. So how is that? All right, cool. So we changed it up a little bit. They're the two different shapes, the rounded with the pointed, opposite ways around. This is all rounded and that one's all pointy. What do you like? I think it depends on the card. Like we've made some cards and we've kept with all roundy, but the pointy looks quite good for a bit of contrast and things. So yeah, it's all kind of different. Which one do you like? Or are they fairly similar? Let me have a look at my comments and things. Oh, Sylvia's here. Yes, Sylvia and I taught at Extravaganza, so she knows this set very well and did lots of die cutting for it, which we appreciate, Sylvia. I'll show you our Extravaganza card. So this is it here. So you can see we've got our pinwheel. We've used the Unbounded Beauty papers, and whoops, we've got dimensionals as well. So you can see we've used the rounded one, and we've used some of the glitter paper and some of the other circles and things too, and the Country Wood Designer Series paper. And there were different colour combinations. So this has got the peach pie background, but we had petunia pop or summer splash. Open it up, and then it creates this cool sort of diorama card with a window in there. So if you kind of look inside, you can see how it's got that depth. So very economical with our papers. We put this frame here and we use the cutout on the front there, and we've used some more, lots and lots of these dies, which they look cool, but it meant lots of die cutting. So there we are. So that's another variation on that one. So this is a bit simpler, having our pinwheel as the focus. So there you go. Any questions? Let me have a look and see. So I'm glad some of you were able to find me on Facebook. Sorry that YouTube didn't work today. I don't know what happened there. Technology is great when it works properly, frustrating when it doesn't. All right, so just to let you know of a couple of things. So the designer series paper. So in this card was the Unbounded Beauty. For this one, I've used the sort of watercolor side of the Full of Life paper. So papers from the annual catalogue are on sale this month. 15% off the annual catalogue ones until the end of the month. So make the most of that. If you've got any questions about ordering anything, let me know. And at the moment, we have our current catalogue, which is this one here, the annual catalogue. So if you don't have a copy of it and you'd like one and you don't have a demonstrator, please get in contact with me and I can send one out to you. And coming soon is the mini catalogue, which I'm not allowed to open or show inside yet, but you can see a little sneak peek from the cover there. So this will come out in September. So it will start on the 4th of September. Let me double check that. Is that right? The 4th? It is... Yep, 4th it starts. Okay. So I will send those out to my existing customers and things. So I'll send them out. I'll probably not towards the end of the month, which is probably coming up soon. So more later next week, that kind of thing. So if you've ordered from me before or got catalogs from me before, I'll send one. If not, you can always fill in the form in the description. It says annual catalogue, but I will send out this one or get in contact with you and check which ones you want. And because the new catalogue is coming out, I'm doing an online event. So you'll get to see lots of the products and things and be inspired with Christmas ideas and other things too. We're having the Christmas crafting experience. So that is put on by myself and some other demonstrators from New Zealand, Australia, Canada, and the US. There's 6 of us. And depending on what time zone you're in, so we're in New Zealand, so it'll be Saturday the 14th of September between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Even if you can't join us live, it will be recorded so you can watch later. There'll be a variety of things. It'll be on Zoom, so you can join live on the Zoom and be a part of what we're doing. We'll be doing some creative crafting, some mystery stamping, some question Q&A time. There's lots of things happening. We'll show you inspiration and ideas of us using the catalogue and what we've created. And there'll be some videos that you can watch in your own time afterwards that are pre-recorded, going step by step, showing you some projects as well. So there's lots in it that you can enjoy on the day or watch the recording, as well as some other things that later on as well. And some of those projects will have PDFs that you can refer to as well. So if you want to register, if you register this month by the 31st of August, you'll save $10. So there's lots in it. It's $47 New Zealand, but it goes up on the 1st of September. So there's a link in the description. So check it out if you would like to join us and be a part of this wonderful event. And you'll get to see some of the exciting new product in the mini catalogue. All right, any questions or anything before we go for today? Just scrolling through. I think we're good. I'll have to figure out what the problem was with YouTube. Sort that out for next week. My apologies that we weren't on YouTube this time. Very good. All right, let's come back here to finish off. Here we are. Great. All right, so thank you for being with me today, whether you're watching the recording or whether you're watching live. I appreciate that, and I look forward to seeing you next week. If you're not on my newsletter, if you want to be kept up to date with what's happening and receive some exclusive tutorials and information and tips and things, then please sign up to my newsletter as well. I'd love to be able to share some things with you. All right, so thanks for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. And hopefully next week we will be on both YouTube and Facebook. All right, thanks so much. See you again. Bye.